You know, it's boring. Nothing but just a standard stereo and a vehicle. What can we do with this? I know. We could put a tablet in it. So, took a little trip down to Best Buy. Picked up this. It is an 8-inch. Called 8-inch flex. Hold on, let me zoom out here. There we go. 8-inch flex Android tablet. This was brand new in Best Buy. They claim to be, I guess in the last week or so. But anyway, this guy has Android 6, which I believe is, what would that be, Lollipop or something like that. But anyway, this 8-inch screen, 16 gigs, camera, which doesn't really matter what we're going to use it for. But I believe the screen size will fit right into the opening of where the car radio is. Now this one, if you're going to do this, you need to make sure that it's going to have an accelerometer. Is nice, but I guess the mobile, you really want that. But the big thing is you want to have Bluetooth and you want to have GPS. Those things to me are critical in doing something like this. But anyway, we're going to open this guy up and see what it's like here real quick. So just got this today. Tablet here. It looks pretty nice. Another thing about this was it has your standard buttons up here, your volume on and off, and then your power. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this thing open, and I'm going to jumper off of these, and I'm going to put separate buttons. So when this is mounted inside the in the vehicle, this is going to be behind a bezel, and these buttons will no longer be accessible. So I want to be able to put those somewhere so that they can be accessible in the vehicle. Alright, let's see. Some stuff here. A USB cable, and more than likely probably a cheap Chinese charger, of which I have a great many of them. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Let's see what the power requirements are for this thing. The 12 volt converters that I have are 1 amp. This shows 2 amp. I may have to see what the actual amp draw is on this, on the power supply, and see if I'm going to have to find another power adapter. This one here is only, let's see, DC 5 volts at 1 amp. So, well, we'll see. I'll fire this thing up here in a minute, and we'll just see what it can do. Okay, so I've got this hooked up to the power supply, and I'm going to fire this thing up. I'm going to crank this thing up to 12 volts. Okay, so we're sitting on 12 volts. Okay, we're plugged in here. Now this claims that it outputs 1 amp. I don't know if that's really regulated or not. We will see. So we're going to plug this thing in and see actual draw is. Okay, plugged in. Okay, so we've got something happening. So right now we're sitting at 2.6, 3.4. Battery shows 100%. I don't see it getting quite to an amp. Interesting. Let's fire this thing up, get the processor and everything going. Half an amp, 0.6, 0.7 so far, 0.8. Well, haven't seen it go over an amp yet. It's still operating. Well, I don't think this thing's going to pull more than an amp. Now, typically in a vehicle, 12 volts is pretty much going to be your bottom number. Typically, you're going to see around 13, 14 volts. So let's increase this up to, let's see, let's go up to 14 volts. Okay, 14 volts. By this, it should drop the amp draw down. So right now we've got the screen on, backlight on. Looks like the wireless might be looking right now. So the wireless might be energized, but it's a low consumption on these, so it shouldn't be too bad. The big thing is going to be your backlight and your screen, and of course the processor. And right now we're pulling under half an amp, so I'm thinking that this is going to work just fine. So cool, we can get started on this project. I'll bring you back on whenever I have something exciting to show you. As you can see, I've got it mounted. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking basically stripping, breaking the case and taking the back off and drilling through the back and into here, and then just basically mounted it here, put some rubber on there. This one I didn't because I'm just tilting it toward me as the driver. Anyway, got it on here. I've got it hooked up here, got my 14 volts. It's in standby right now. I'm gonna fire it up, and here it is. Now, what I wanted to show you guys, if you're wanting to do this, there's a couple of really cool things, and this is what kind of prompted me to do this. There's an app here, and this app is called Automate, and it is really, really, really cool. And like I said, it's just something that, you know, I'm going to try out here. Maybe later I'll have a review on it and stuff. But I just wanted to kind of show you all this stuff and about putting a tablet in your car. And anyway, I'm going to get all this stuff set up, get the power supply set up, and get it mounted in the van, and then we'll see what it's like. Now that's more like it. Turn the key on. And it fires up. Turn the key off. And it shuts itself down. Android in your car. Awesome. See you next time.